Hey.
What is love?
What is love? Paul says love is the fulfilling of the law. Romans 13, verse 10. So it's to love God and love your neighbor as yourself. And then Paul defines love is patient, love is kind, he's not proud, is not puffed up. So 1 Corinthians 13 is God's description of love.
Was Jesus white or black?
I think he was brown.
Is our borders currently under invasion?
I believe so.
I'm sorry?
I think so.
Do we need more white
I think
babies?
we're too lax at the border. I think we're too lax at the border. We need to be more stringent so we don't just let anybody and everybody in who can cause a lot of problems.
Do we need more white babies?
No, I don't think we need more white babies. I'm not prejudiced.
True or false, abortion is worse than slavery?
Probably worse because you're killing someone. At least slavery people have a chance to get free, or if they're living during the time of Lincoln, the Emancipation Proclamation. I think slavery is horrendous. It's a sin. It's wrong. But killing a baby, if you talk about enslaving someone versus killing a child, which one is worse? I would say that killing a child is worse, but that doesn't minimize the horror of slavery.
True or false, the Jews own everything?
No, I don't think that's true.
Is America the best country on this side of heaven?
It's the best country that I've ever lived in, and I've done a lot of traveling, and I appreciate living in this country, especially in North Idaho, where there's not as much traffic as in LA. Or earthquakes.
What is a man?
What is a man?
What is a man?
A man is someone, well, physiologically, it's a man is someone that has male body parts. I think a man also needs to have a character of a man instead of being a wimp. He needs to own up and he needs to be responsible. He needs to get a good job. He needs to provide for his family. And so being a man also is not just your body parts, it's your character and your integrity and sense of responsibility.
When I become the president of the United States, I'm getting rid of all computers. Is that a good idea?
Well, if you do ever become the president, I hope you'll make an exception for my my Apple computer, because I write books on this computer and it helps me to reach out to people for Jesus. So if you do become president, remember me, Jesse, that we had this good interaction, and maybe you'll make an exception for my MacBook Air laptop, which I use for the Lord.
Does a chicken have lips?
Well, does a what?
A chicken have lips.
Does a chicken have lips? There were some chickens at my neighbor's house a couple days ago that I saw, but I didn't take a close enough look.
Is it wrong for a black man to love the Confederate flag?
Is it wrong? I would think so. Why would you love a flag that represented a community that enslaved your people?
Do you believe in climate change?
I believe the climate is changing because of sin, but not because we're using too many fossil fuels.
Is the earth flat or round?
Bible says God sits above the circle of the earth. I do not believe the earth is flat.
And true or false, sending your kids to a public school is child abuse. Sending your kids to a public school is child abuse.
No, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but I think a good, solid Christian school is safer than a public school. But some public schools are better than others, depending upon where you live.
And are you going to vote for the Great White Hope?
Well, as I look at the options in front of me, I know where I'm going to vote, because I think Trump has a lot of personality, sanctification that he needs going on. Hopefully his, almost near-death experience with the bullet has brought him closer to God. He says it has. I like his policies better than the other side, but not always his personality. But I'll vote for the policy above the personality.
And did you have fun?
In this interview?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think this has been great. I
Thank you.
appreciate the time and bouncing off you. And do you ask all those questions to every guest you have?
Not
That's a
all
lot
the
of
same
questions.
questions, but we just have conversation like we did right today.
Sure.
Thanks for watching The Fallen State. We need your continued support. Donate to my nonprofit here. Subscribe and like the videos here. And tell everybody and their mama about the show.